So, I'll get you all, let's have a little brief here. So, today has two objectives. You have a main objective and a secondary objective. Overall, you're going to basically follow this MSR, deploy on the northern side of the AO, and basically go from little facility to facility, blowing up these fuel drums. Now, there's two ways to do it. The first way is my intended way to have a little bit of fun. You have for your your demolishers, which are the guys with the big faces. I forget what alien species they are, but Dureki and Blopi are them, for example. Soliston, that's it. If we could all come around by this Hesco here. You have throwable explosive bags. Now, they're short range, and they have 15-second fuses. So all you got to do is get ready to run, by the way, guys, because these do have a bit of a big effect. But you throw it and run like hell.
Shit.
That's quite
So run a bit further back behind the Hesco, but you got a 15-second timer before it dets. Run down, go prone. The guy who's standing over there is probably going to get caught in the blast. Yeah, I said it can go through Hesco.
Oh, I didn't. I thought you said get behind this.
But do note, there is a little bit of desync when that thing goes down. So, again, stuff that we're testing.
He took one entry beyond.
Pogo's cheating.
So, okay, Hesco is OP. Excuse me, Pogo's OP, but we already knew that. So, you can either throw it. Also, in the AO, it is rumored that there is a cache of throwable C charges, which are a little more powerful than explosive bags. But they have the same 15-second timer. You're literally flowing like a big chunk of a charge. And those will be able to blow those up too. Or, in your vehicles, there are some deployable C charges that you can then set on a timer for like 30 seconds, 5 seconds, 15 minutes, whatever you want, and dead them that way. So there's about anywhere from 30 to 40 of those drums in the AO. Now, your secondary objective. First off, once you guys go in there, you're going to notice that there is a grid of Imperial turbo lasers. Now, normally those would shoot our vehicles as soon as we approached. However, we had a saboteur remotely shut them off by messing with their power grid. So their targeting is messed up right now. However, within the AO, there is a station where you can actually go up to terminals and splice into those turbo laser controls and possibly use them to target that Imperial Star Destroyer or other things in the AO. So it is up to you. Those things will probably take a little bit of time to interact with. I believe they're anywhere from 60 to 120 second interactions with the spacebar, or, excuse me, the enter key. So, you know, you've been warned. But if you can, splice those controls. Now, that's the secondary, guys. Primary is just blowing up those drums. Again, there's 30 to 40 of them in there. Reinserts, we're going to wait till we have like 3 or 4 people dead, and then we'll just take up another ITT. So you'll form a new little fire team. And, yeah, that should be it. So again, guys, make sure you're keeping track of anything that, you know, causes some desync for you or some framiness, because that'll then be given to me in the feedback channel on Discord, and I will see what we can do to fix it. Any questions for me?
ITT replacements. Are we going to get some, or once they're all gone, they're all gone?
If they're all gone, they're all gone. Worst comes to worst, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really have anything in the AO that could kill them, but knowing you guys, you'll find a way. So,
Traeger on Anastasi.
yeah. They're my invincible elephants that you always manage to kill. We'll figure it out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyway, I forgot about your index thing. After you blow up all those drums, just come back here and we can index. And again, for those of you that weren't here when I said it, I would say this mission file has a moderate to high chance to crash because it's brand new shit that we haven't touched in a long while. So if it crashes, that's on me. But I thank you guys for helping me test this.
Should be fun anyway.
Medics, your packs are in the vehicle. I forgot about that. Again, I was changing medical and I accidentally deleted your packs because, well, you have blood bags now anyway, so.
Yep, and Vic inventory.
Yep.
go ahead and load up?
Yep, you guys are clear to move out.
No one on Bravo's got the demo charges, do they?
Yeah, there's a few
We
more to
should
the southeast.
have someone in Bravo have demo charges.
So again, guys, if you want more stuff, you can take it from the other Vics and load it in your own. But otherwise, you'll have to rely on what's in the field and what you find.
Pilot with Alpha, because
Whew. Alright, so this is, I'm gonna call it a bastardized version of SWOP, because I have spliced so much stuff in here and done so much testing the past week to try to make this work. I decided to make this mod set because very soon we're gonna have a little bit of a mod set turf war between the opposition team and R&D teams. I'm not sure if you guys... I've already ranted about it a few times, but this is my attempt to kind of save a copy before it, you know, gets utterly messed up and, you know, a lot harder to get a version. Oh, that's a funny texture glitch. So, really simple op. It's, again, meant for testing, and we'll see how things go. And I got a lot of interesting features in this op that, at the time, back in September, when I originally made this mission file, I had a lot of cool things I wanted to make. So, they're going to be fighting stormtroopers in the form of desert stormtroopers. So, I've got a lot of fire teams in place. I wanted to do entire teams, which, by the way, the teams for these guys are a lot bigger. And then the actual squads are, like, massive. So, I've only got fire teams, though, because they're only about a squad and a half. So they're getting fired at by ATST over there. One of my civvies just decided to nope the fuck out. That's fine. Those are up there for various reasons. We'll see that later. So there's the deployment. Have that thing try to drive off. Now, these guys got to be careful on the hill. They can take 2 to 5 shots before going down themselves. So Cyber gets hit. Because, you know, it's really open up there. So yeah, this big turbo laser, you know, it's trying to get a shot off, but I have him disabled for now. So Cyber's being worked on, but he wakes up. They got to take some pretty critical damage to actually stay down, you know, those 5 hits.
Bravo, gonna take the eastern side of this compound.
So I am now going to go into Stormtrooper Core Desert. I'm literally just using vanilla stuff, because again, purely for testing. But yeah, the audio of the guns is so low
in the compound south of this position
that they don't even, you know, hear the shots. So Derecki's gotten into this ITT. He's getting shot at by ATST, though. We also have another ATST here, so they need to get their AT. Set these. Yeah, what's your name? Alright, Sparky, I'm gonna teleport you right behind where some of the action is, okay? Alright, there goes one ATST. Now seems shooting down here. Pogo's on this turret. Let's see. Angel Dust, he got hit. I think that was from a ricochet laser. Yeah, that ATST's firing over here. Not sure if Mally was hit there. But yeah, so Medic, they're working on Angel Dust now. Because I'm pretty sure he got hit square in the face with that ATST right there. So Pogo's trying to bring his turret up here, but that ATST needs to go down. So I don't think Corporal notices. I think he's the only AT. But that laser cannon, it's gonna take a while, but it will eventually destroy that vehicle. Now the question is Pogo gonna last that long? There's the second rocket. And there we go, there's the hit. So yeah, the squad is massive, so the teams are the normal squad size for all other mods, and the fire teams are, you know, just those 4-man teams. So far, so good. But you notice how all these other guys aren't even aggroed yet. So I'm going to start giving a little bit of aggro here. That first compound doesn't have any fuel drums themselves. And it looks like Iopus is down back here. We do have a stormtrooper back here, though, who might go prone and start shooting at Iopus, so he has to be careful. Looks like they were able to get Angel Dust up. Now you're hearing him fire at Iopus. Iopus not noticing. You got these guys up here. Shooting down here. I want to see if this battery starts firing. If not, I'll remote control and start firing a few rounds up. Yeah, so this thing is highly inaccurate.
Condition.
It's the funniest thing. The spread of this. Oh my gosh, I actually hit Pogo with it.
For this Bravo, we're going to push on the left-hand side of the MSR down to the next compound.
That was pure luck with the spread, man. Oh, another one just went in that direction, too. So I'm not loading Arma cache right now because I'm just, you know, giving it a full fair test. So, and then that's because I use Control Y to get in and out of Zeus instead of normal. So, I cannot believe I hit that turret. I forgot that that infantry battery is like really messed up. I'm hoping no one saw that. Ooh, a little bit of drag glitch there.
Alpha, this is Bravo. We've got eyes on 1x ATST by those southwestern factories behind the second factory.
So yeah, that one's alerted, probably because shots came their way. That's good. But yeah, we got some drums over here. I did have a second test mission as well, but I'm not gonna run it today. We'll just wait for another op. So this guy is trying to line up a shot on that ATST. Missile almost drops. Gets the hit. Few shots go out in retaliation, but Hardcore able to get it. I think he's the only AT guy. No, Kana Kane's also has AT. Okay, good. So I know Dr. Boom jumped in,
6.
but I think he's having some load issues, so we'll see how things go. Prince Aka. Aka? Is it Aka? Thank you so much for lurking and the sub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a little kick out of this mission. Aka, alright. Good. I'm getting slowly better with my English, you know, slowly but surely. These guys looking around this turbo laser. Just to make sure it's clear. I do believe I have some... Yep, I got their missile. Yeah, so one of the really funny things about this mod set is the fire and forget rockets are the guided, and the guided rockets are the fire and forget. They're mislabeled. So, again, there's so many weird little things with this mod set that you have to, like, just know in order to be able to fix it. And then, yeah, there's no actual, like, damage textures here. So usually I use smoke to, show that they're blown up. But sometimes, you know, they do have a damage texture, but doesn't always show for them.
Alpha, this is Bravo. We're going to continue advancing to the southeastern side towards the compound with those IO tanks.
Oh, no, Iopus died.
What's your current position? We don't want to overextend.
Iopus!
People
Oh!
don't know how to bandage, apparently. They think they have to be the medic in order to bandage others.
Heck.
I just died because people literally sat over me and asked for the medic.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know, it was a single stormtrooper that got around and then he went prone, crawled under a wall and then started shooting at you. But yeah, there's like 3 guys around you right now, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah, like, red team just walked past me and then didn't notice.
Yeah. But how's everything going so far stability-wise? Like, other than the little frame spikes?
Frame hitches are the only issue, but
Yeah.
Other than that, it's fine.
Cool.
Just everyone's like, "Ooh, look, shiny! Go shoot the shiny!" and everyone clustered in the southwest corner of the compound.
Yeah. I forgot to mention this too, but I think they'll figure it out. The quote-unquote, so the rockets are labeled fire and forget, but they're actually guided. Because the ones labeled guided are the fire and forgets. So yeah, like I've been saying, a lot of little things in this mod set that, you know, not the mod set, just the mod itself that, you know, you gotta know in order to...
Jesus Christ, is Karen still down?
He is, yeah. I haven't heard on the squad net for them to call for the other medic yet, so...
They're moving on to Objective 2 now, despite having people down in Objective 1 and no squad leader. Amazing.
Yeah. I don't know, I also think, you know, we had a massive influx of new people, so now, you know, skill has kind of diluted a bit, so it's gonna, you know, take a bit of training to get it up to where we normally have it.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Burgers
it's like,
yesterday
you
were
know,
great.
You find someone down, you just start bandaging them. You don't have to be the medic. You just do it. I don't get why people aren't doing it lately. It's been actually kind of scary.
Yeah. So one of them's picked Karn up and they're pulling him back.
This is Alex, Alpha 2.
Here, I'm just gonna TP you up there since they're moving AOs.
Yeah,
We just want to know what's going on. We were about to push to the southeast towards the next compound, but we heard some fuckery was going on with Alpha.
Advise, our squad leads stated for us to try to take Objective 2, which is to the west. Would you like to take that one instead of 4?
Sure.
Yeah, so I can see it. What's basically going on, to give you guys a better visual representation,
Alright.
is do you see how it's going between, like, you know, 30s, mid-30s, and then it'll jump down to 25. So those are little spikes you're seeing every few seconds. I'm pretty sure it's because of high poly assets like that Star Destroyer. But I'm going to have to find a list of assets to, you know, test that to make it work. Yeah, jetpacks work. They still work. The one of the little things I added from one of the R&D mods is actually a modified version of the jetpack that gives you a little interface, which, by the way, if you see me do that, we even got the funny one, too. To access it, you do Control Y, but only if you have one of those certain jetpacks.
Hey, Bravo, there was the other ITT you can take to cut across.
They just ditched 2 people. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I didn't realize we pushed up with 2.
Yeah, so dismount right next to that guy. A few of them got hit, but none went down because there were only single shots on some people. Now we have this guy firing at him. But yeah, here's some of the drums they have to demo, so I'm going to be curious to see if they secure the site or just start throwing the explosive bags.
This is Alpha.
Send it.
We're going to hold debt on any oil tankers until Objective 2 compound is taken. Advise same.
That sounds like a wise idea.
Alright.
So I might also start sending silly stuff at him. Let's do a full quote-unquote team, which is just a squad.
Bring up that second ITT on
Cyber getting very comfortable standing in the open like that. Something you normally don't want to do. This guy keyholing Derecki, he goes down. And Karn gets back up because Iopus finishes patching him up. He probably needed another blood bag, and the guys that were around weren't medics. Fabit also down right here. These guys now trying to find angles where they can shoot each other. Now, they've cleared this area, so I'll go ahead, delete the dead bodies. I'm also going to delete that up wreck. Right there, and we got this 4-man team I sent a while ago. I'm actually going to have them go flank. And come around where they dismounted. So this full squad also coming around. I am going to get this guy and grab his turret. And I'm going to adjust this E-web here. Hey, Nemesis, how you doing? Sorry, I will be reading chat a bit more. It's just I've been, you know... This is so exciting, too, because, you know, I love Star Wars. I would say it's my 3rd favorite mod set right now. Behind, you know, 40K and Aftermath.
Alpha, your Fabit's down. I believe he's your team, one of your TLs. Stewie's working on it right now.
So I was trying to get the turret up, but my scope broke, because sometimes when you're remote control units, your scope breaks. That's fine. So you got these 3 guys pushing around. They just called Fabit being down. So I do have this ITT that they could steal.
Hello, Smile.
And Stewie's back there working on him. And it looks like Iopus is also patching people up back here. Alright, so let's see. What crazy little things do I have in Galactic Empire and Special Forces Descend?
Bravo's got ATT.
What's a pair of Nova Troopers gonna go?
It's unmanned, apparently. Would you advise capture?
Don't make it a priority, but do it if you can.
Yeah, so you're hearing that, that's an auto rifleman, I believe, with a DL. No, it's a T-21. That's a marksman rifle, my bad. Cyber's gotta be careful, he's up in the open getting flanked by 4 dudes. Stormtrooper accuracy will eventually hit him, because he is not a main character. Yep, there he goes.
Through a saber tank that we've just managed to capture in the south of the compound.
They're capturing the saber tank. The issue is if they start, you know, going out in the open with it, I'm going to use the AT-ATs to mess them up. Plus, I did have AT in that group that came up, but it looks like they did take it out right there. So I'm going to do this a little earlier than I normally would, but I'm going to pull out my AT, guys. I'm probably not going to use aircraft for this one, because we're trying to test, I've got a separate mission where we'll test a good amount of aircraft, but like I said, a lot of test missions are going to be done before this is given to, you know, all the mission developers in TSP. Yeah, so Sharpur, it's one of the older maps you can get in Cup, but it's ported over to, you know, give a nice, you know, various oil drums. I've done a few ops in the past where they were like, you know, good defense ops and stuff. And I have this Nova Trooper out here. There, their armor can take a few more hits.
For this is Bravo, we're engaging contact southeast of the compound. Copy that.
So I know how to use all these rocket launcher sites properly because they're all broken. So there's some in one of the R&D mods that fixes them with different stuff. But, you know, I'm just going to blind fire just to kind of force that tank to stay back. So Angel Dust, unfortunately crossing, getting quadruple tapped here. But he gets dropped by a friendly right there. That guy specifically, so he looks a little messed up. But let's see, Galactic Empire, I could probably send another another 2 fire team. We'll do that. So again, really hammering down on that AT capability. They're popping the thermal jet. It's a little far. But yeah, Maul is also down. And both medics are now working on Angel, but they got 3 people down. I would consider that a Maskaz with the amount of players that they have. So, gotta be careful. So I'm gonna have these guys go in if they're able to. Looks like they're medicing themselves. That's this is, by the way, with Ace itself. This isn't a swap Ace. This isn't a modified Ace. This is like actual, like the current version of Ace, which I was really surprised that we were able to make it work. But medics are in. Medics are being pressured right now by this one rifleman. So the Vic is now coming around. Probably will try to pull in front of him. But now the gunner of that Vic is getting pressured as well. Drecki coming behind.
Did nothing wrong.
Empire did nothing wrong, yeah, right? But now you hear them coming out and firing. So I'm gonna do what people yell at me for, but I'm gonna break these guys apart. And send them up, and I might also start sending a few Saber tank or 2 at them so their Saber tank can properly engage it. 4K Lamo, you have been around for a while though, man. Thanks so much for the 21-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you're getting a kick out of this. So it looks like they blew up these 2. So there's like 36 different oil drums that they got to det, so I think it was just one explosive right there in between, blew up both of them. That's really nice to see. And I have this QRF coming. There was another explosive right there. Blew up that drum. I'm not hearing the explosive effect, which is interesting. But, again, part of the reason why we're doing all this cray-cray testing.
Standing by. Copy. On the way. We'll go.
So I'm trying to get these guys in the, you know, like a line formation. So they come down. So, you know, help test the security. Put a little pressure on them. Looks like Hatter, he's walked up to him and is bandaging him. The other guy, I think, got up. Mel. So that should be good. Or Mal, excuse me. Mel, I know, there's a M-E-L-L-E and an M-A-L-L-E. M-A-L-L-E is in the SWOP. M-E-L-L-E is, pretty, he's an active guy on Twitter that I talk with a lot. But my brain just did a little double take to see if that was the same guy. But otherwise, these guys digging entrenchments. Let's see, if I were to go to Galactic Empire.
Ready.
This is Alpha Bravo. If you have nothing else to shoot at the Saber right now, I suggest you move it east to the exit.
And I'm going to move that Saber tank up. And get in her gun.
Move away from the oil drums.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna move the Saber back. Although it's kind of useless, it's run out of ammo.
Then we can then move together with the fucking oil drums.
Yeah, that's why it's there.
The tank needs...
Ah, he got me. But I got him. We had a trade. So... That tank is still up, though, so I still have this mode. Ooh, and they blew me up. So, who did I hit right there? I hit Pogo, it looks like. And these guys are all hugging the wall right here around this little facility.
Bravo, move to the southeastern corner of the compound now.
And I still have some guys coming down. Looks like they grabbed the MG and backpacked it. Interesting choice. I hope he can, you know, fit all of his other gear in there, but they need to start, you know, putting demo on these 3 remaining drums and moving in, because I got, you know, the amount of stormtroopers I have in a Star Destroyer, it's, I've got a lot to throw at them, is what I'm trying to say. So a little bit of cook-off right there. I am going to get one of these guys in the Vic
Bravo,
here.
how many death blocks do you have?
5.
Try to have that guy fly away. Just for a little bit of ambience.
What helmet do you need?
I know they've got more explosives than that ITT. So Lambada Shuttle is taking off, trying to get out of this area. A little bit of nice ambience. Ha! Good luck. You need to lead that target a lot more.
Apparently, there's a fast mover south of us.
I'm having it essentially just leave the AO. Those are just transports. I'm gonna delete a few guys in the buildings that are also behind him again. Oops. I don't know what made Pogo scream boobs in Euphoria, but I'd like to remind everyone that this is not the Warhammer 40k mod set.
Southeast to the fucking corridor of the compound so we can start getting the fucking move on.
FM, we should already be mostly here, all 1 or 2 stragglers.
Bravo, do you want to keep the saber or do you want to dead it?
Nah, that's that much useless. Dead. Use it to chain the
Awaiting orders.
2 oil drilling tanks.
So I'm gonna get that thing up there because it's armed and that gun is actually pretty accurate. But I'm also doing my general, you know, slowly ramp up the difficulty.
Standing by. On the way. On the way.
So I go ahead and delete him. You have Iopus back. I think he's doing medical to Dureki. Looks like they abandoned that saber tank, finding some issues with it. I think it's because it's a SWOP saber tank to fix. There's some R&D ones that fix the issues with them. But that is okay. Now these guys are starting to come up to this wall. I'll be curious to see Karn going to play it a little risky and breach immediately. Someone throws a frag while he's climbing. That was very, very ballsy. Frag was a little far. Thermal detonator, excuse me. I'll get in character a little bit. Yeah, these are not the boobs you're looking for. Otherwise, they've taken the turret. Pogo's still down. Gonna need some more blood. Otherwise, they kill that stormtrooper as he was trying to bandage himself.
Alpha starts moving to objective, into objective 3.
So a little frame spiky right there, but that's okay. And I'm gonna get in this guy's driver's seat. This thing also has a really cool internal camera system right here. And I want to see if this gunner decides to start opening up. Ooh, there goes that. They did that while Dureki was still here. They blew up the vehicle in one of the drums. Alright. But now I'm going to get in the gunner's seat and just start shooting at him. Hey, Quelburn. Here, just to freak him out. So interestingly enough, I actually don't have any real good line of sight on some dudes. Wait, no, right there. Yeah, so this laser does have a pretty nasty AoE effect. Run! So another drum being brought down right there. Nice. Trying to see where the AT guy is going to pop up. I saw him a little to the left, but I'm going to check right now.
Bravo eyes on enemy ITT to the south.
So I love how they're popping smokes right now to try to build out their retreat. That one guy's crippled, though. Ooh, there was a chest shot in there. That was another hit. Oh, he's just looking around like, what's going on? What am I getting shot at from? What's doing that? Look at all that smoke right there. I get to use that to advance as a group because I know they got the other ones. Or they could grab their own ITT. What was that? Oh, he dropped a rocket on himself. Oh, I hit him in the chest with that one. Oh, there we go.
This is Alpha. We are currently in
I'm
the middle
cooking.
of a tactical retreat to get back to the ITT you need and get the fuck back out of here.
Alright, O'Quellbrain. Well, we've always got more ops to do.
Check this.
Always got more ops.
We dealt with the ITT.
So, Pogo's down. He was the one looking around, I think, so I've been bullying him a little bit. Now they're shooting at the QRF coming in. Otherwise, for the most part, performance has been pretty good. They got these 3 drums right there. I don't think they ran up with any explosives, though. A quick raid of blowing up those drums and pulling back would have been a smart call. But I'm actually going to increase the guys I have here. I'm literally just gonna just put a bunch of nasty people in here. So some of them looting off of dead bodies. You pick Pogo up, they're in a different ITT. They gotta make sure they keep track of their own ITT, because they all look identical. But the, oh wow, these guys' crewmen actually survived. I'm gonna send them back to HQ. But, you know, the other ITTs aren't gonna have all the supplies that their ITT has. What's for lunch? I don't know. It is Little Liru's birthday today, though, so I will be making him a nice dinner. He's on my couch outside of this office space, so he just gave me a thumbs up. Little Liru, we sometimes see him for Warcraft 3 streams and Fridays, but he otherwise doesn't play Arma, so... What's a Little Liru? My younger brother. You have Papa Liru, Mama Liru, Liru, and Little Liru. They go camping. Oh, okay, that was... You might have been out of the mic range, but he just said, when a Mama Liru and a Papa Liru love each other very much, and then just looks me dead in the eye and says, they have sex. And yes, he is completely right. That is how people are born. No, I don't have a kid yet. I'm going to keep my kids out of this. Let's be honest. I need to keep my kids out of this. Daddy, what do you do for a living? I work in my underwear and a green robe, and we put things on goats and use them against military dudes. Yeah. That's gonna be really funny when they take me into what's it called? Where they have all the parents come in and they talk about their jobs. That's gonna be a very interesting fiasco. I'll just have Bloodwing do it because she has the action. She has the more adult job. Oh God, no! Out of context, that sounds even worse. I don't want to say actual job though, because any job you make money is an actual job by my definition. But at the same time, I dug myself into a little hole right there. But I'm gonna delete the stuff over here, especially the bodies.
This is Bravo. We're seeing an enemy trip to the little village to our west. Would you advise us clear it?
Awaiting orders. On the way.
Now I'm gonna get this to start coming from behind to indicate that ITTs are, you know, starting to bring QRF. And this is an Imperial one, so I can just copy paste it back here.
You have no idea how much of a clusterfuck that is.
In terms of what?
Oh, just the communication is non-existent.
Oh God. Okay, I thought you meant like performance-wise. I'm like, oh shit, what do I need to fix? You know, but yeah, I can understand that. I was talking with Iopus because he died because he got shot once and nobody bandaged him. And if he got bandaged, he would have been stabilized and brought back up. But yeah, I assume it's messed up right now. But as I was telling Iopus, we had a lot of people come in the past month, and that's kind of diluted, you know, the skill level. So we got to work on bringing it back up.
On your mark,
they've been here a while.
Ah, that's even worse. Alright, well, once they pull back or we have more KIAs, I'll clear you guys to bring an ITT in. But I'm gonna start making it a little harder, so. Imperial Guard HQ, yeah, let's send the 40k guys at them. Honestly, so how we have medical settings in TSB right now is, in all honesty, there shouldn't be any death. If people are communicating properly, like if there's death, that means there's like a squad wipe or something, because we have the
do a debrief in fucking side.
Understood.
Huh?
I'm also suggesting you do a debrief inside because I need the map.
Okay, yeah, yep. We'll definitely do that then.
Yeah, we're engaging contacts to the north.
But I would say
Don't
TSB has one of the nicest medical settings in all of like every community right now. Because sure, you'll get shot and you'll get dropped, and you'll probably stay unconscious for a little bit. But if at least a blood bag is gotten to you, you'll be fine. I would say it's kind of comparable to the 506's medical settings, but like advanced medical, you know? But the bleed out, we don't have a 0.1 bleed out ratio, but it is pretty low. I think it's like 0.3 or 0.4. And that's kind of to stem the fact that if you get shot 5 times in the head, regardless of, you know, if you were at full HP, you're probably going to, you know, bleed out within a minute. And that's something that TSB wasn't really used to because we usually had a hard bleed out timer. Of a few minutes max, but yeah. So, you know, just making adjustments so the players can adjust accordingly. Now we're going to start getting into squads. I'm going to get into some evil vehicles here. Dureki doing his job, blowing up those 2 drums with 1 charge. He's got another one to send up. Nice to see. I know for a fact, don't do the flamethrower. It works, but it's very, very messy.
Ready. Roger. Copy that. We'll go. On the way.
So now this thing kind of go around. I'm going to try to, you know, ramp up the difficulty, force some communication here. Something also interesting is we all have localized copies of SWOP for this. So normally when you localize copies and have them download from something that, you know, isn't Steam where it has its own, like, methods of verifying installations and stuff.
This is Alpha, how do you copy?
This is high, send traffic.
Do we know of any medical facilities with medical supplies the enemy has in this, in any of these compounds? Because we could use some medical.
Roger. They probably have some medical supplies at their main HQ where the turret controls are, but if you're running low, I'd recommend you either find your original vehicle you came in with, or drive one of those Vics you've stolen back up to our staging point, and then grab a Vic that has that supplies. Over. I don't think these guys notice there's an armed ITT right here. And it flipped itself. Whew. Not sure what Hatter's doing. Yeah, he forgot to reload. This might take a little load second here. That's funny. Yeah, the ITTs can sometimes flip themselves. There we go.
Bravo, second gate, which is something heavy from the southwest.
So yeah, that's got plenty of blood in it. 21 bags of various sizes. That's only if they get to the HQ. Actually, is he set to defend only? Yeah, so he's running away, so I'll consider him routed.
So we've got an ATST southwest of us in the field.
So I think this thing will also only fire at vehicles because it's coded that way. Yeah, ITT is basically a space M113. They're pretty silly. There is some ricochet effects with some of the lasers.
Bravo, we are currently sending one of ours back to base to get trucking medical supplies.
But yeah, I mean, they stole... if you look back in here...
In the south end is
oh no, that might be their original, That I think is their original. Yeah, so they've been using a lot of the supplies in there. I take back what I said earlier. But yeah, I did say, you know, if they need more medical, they can go grab more medical. But now, you know, that Vic's getting shot at. Shame their AT guy died. So, ATST taken out. That's gonna make the people in here very angry.
Standing by. Understood.
And I'm gonna pretty much run a bunch of fire teams from there.
Standing by. On the way.
I'm gonna go back here, delete some more stuff. Well, yeah, so far stability-wise, I mean, granted, there's only... It's under 20 people right now. little mean with this thing. What the heck did they just throw at me? I think that's BCCK implode. That's something. Oh yeah, that that blew me up. Good choice right there. Very good choice. I'm gonna have these guys attack from the rear, and they're watching rear security because of that squad.
Earlier, is this one life?
No.
Okay, I'll just sit tight then.
Hey, Kane, if you're on net, you might want to turn around. There's 2 people that just died. Yeah, so still getting flanked on the side. I got these fire teams now running out and about. Yeah, I think they're going to get mounted up in that, and that should be good to go. Any station on this net, this is high. Be advised, we believe that the Imperials are going to get their turbo laser batteries up in about 30 more minutes. I say again, you have 30 minutes to finish your objective and get out of there. Over. Yeah, so they're waiting on blood for the wreckage.
To the far southwest.
So I'm gonna go ahead get this other one loaded. I think my original concept idea was to have them steal the Lambada shuttles and fly away, but make it a little tougher. They have to leave with fix. Ooh, I think they tried to put AT on that one. Oh yeah, it's an ITT, I told her. Fall back a while ago. And there goes Direcky, because he was in cardiac arrest for too long. Ooh, they dropped that one. Probably just had a low blood pressure because they said they were out of medical for blood bags. Alright, so I gave him 30 minutes, so basically at 2 o'clock I'm turning the turrets back on.
We're pushing south currently. Once we are all the way south, we're going to start getting the pod drums and mount up and move to the next.
Yeah, we see passing by now. What the fuck the ITT so we can resupply medical.
It's currently coming up on site.
Alright.
Yeah, they're cast functional TIE fighters, in the form of TIE bombers and stuff. It's just, you know, they don't fly too well. What's the mod pack I'm using? It is, experimental one I have in TSB. It's not even official yet, so... It's probably going to be another, like, 3 weeks before it's official. Because there's a lot of testing I want to do with it.
Awaiting orders. Will go. Copy.
So again, just trying to attack from different angles, again, adding more and more infantry swarms for them to deal with. Because I want to see if I can eventually overpower them, because, you know, they've been fighting for a while and there'd be more QRF being brought down. So I'm going to go ahead, go back here, delete some of the stuff. And by the way, I will be doing another op at 1:30 today, so in another hour. That's why I'm cutting this off in 30 minutes, because I'll need 30 minutes to test all that. So Derecki went ahead, just grabbed a Vic and brought it up, okay. It's not what I told him to do, but whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna sneak another armed ITT over here.
Ready for orders. On the way. Understood.
Yeah, they're on the second story. They might have seen it, but I don't think anyone was. Up here, no, the concealment's too low in the way. So I'm gonna try to put him in a stalemate right here.
Bro, the HTZ that's coming in currently has motherfucking medical for you.
Wait, on the way. Roger.
Yeah.
Copy. Sergeant. Waiting. On the way. Will go.
We've got enemies coming in from the west, bro.
You know, make them think about possibly re-attacking, because they've been in this front for way too long. Rebels normally want to get into more hit-and-run tactics. Instead, you hear Kana Caden's blowing that Vic up.
Liru, I want my goat back.
Just a tip. Giggity. Sorry, that reminds me of an inappropriate joke. I've been working a lot. My head's still fried from like the 10 hours of class I had yesterday, so I apologize, but Aki Prince Akai, I'm gonna butcher that name for a bit. I'm sorry. Thanks for the $3. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you are getting a kick out of this. So yeah, we're gonna get them caught in a stalemate right here. But I'm not gonna let them brute force their way out of this. And if I really want to be evil, I can just have the AT-ATs start firing. Now I could also use proton mortars.
Bro, just say that the second all of these drums are dead, we're gonna launch up and move to the next objective.
So,
that is a lot bigger of an effect than I remember. Oh yeah, they got a few fun things in here.
Clear the demo's going now.
But yeah, it used to be a mortar effect. They replaced it with a 155. It's where there's a little desync spike there, but it looks like that was just Mal finally losing connection. So the proton mortar
push as fast as possible to those turbulent controls after those threats gone off.
Yep. As I said, the second all of these organs are gone, we're gonna move. And please tell your people not to take blood. The blood is entirely for the medics now.
Solid copy. Copy.
Crawl that round up even more.
Bravo, mount up.
There's 2 more aerodromes to go.
Everyone mount up.
I rarely use artillery, but when we have a thing like that... It's probably gonna cause Sparky and Jam to get KIA'd.
There's 1 aerodrome left, you can leave a happy end.
It's right on top of them at this point, so I'm just GG, like...
Fucking move to the next objective.
Like, I literally, how many ranging shots was that?
Were you RCing anyone?
Nope.
Because I have to say, they were suppressing the shit out of me the entire fight.
Yep. So I got my guys now coming in.
It's fun as all hell, but I want to shoot back sometime.
Then pop smoke and flank.
This is King. I'm back at spawn. I got taken out and you guys ran off.
But yeah, doing stuff like that, that really tests the communication, because if no one's going to call that, you know, I've got something slowly trailing up on them, that might be what actually breaks them.
Solid copy. Understood. Copy that.
Anyone read me on 50 apart from high command?
I can get rid of that shuttle.
Anyone from out front in this net?
Yes.
Bravo's dealing with the masked guys. I've got an AT guy down and a medic is down.
Copy that, I'm coming back with 1 ATT.
They're down by the TT mix.
So yeah, these guys have a lot. The QRF is now dealing with the guys that ran in here.
Awaiting orders. Copy.
Like I said, started easy, but definitely gonna throw more stuff in as the time starts progressing more and more, because, you know, I'm hearing from the reinserts, you know, people aren't communicating.
To the wings. Roger. On the wings. Will go. Understood.
These guys doing their best to try to defend. Looks like they grabbed Karn. And yeah, these guys doing their best to stay alive. Send these guys up to go QRF that position. So the spare explosives are back here. Oh, we got dropped by that guy. But yeah, no, there needs to be some sort of communication here for them to reconsolidate, because they're pretty messed up. Maybe even a pull-out order at this point. So Ali got hit in the foot right there. But I'm gonna have these guys also start committing the flanks.
This is Bravo squad lead and the only one left of my squad now. I'm back up. What's going on?
We've moved up to 8 because we couldn't possibly hold fucking where we were.
Yeah, I was at that. So we take effect from the noise.
So these guys hopefully are going to go through that breach in the wall, because these guys died, so they're trying to find another position to breach. Have the AT-ATs here just chilling. But again, they only fire on vehicles. Alright, I guess I'll have to do it manually. Just walk them in. Just nerd porn on fan page Liru. I don't even want to know what that means. They should aggro on Ghetto right there. I'm just trying to, again, have QRF come up. And it looks like reinserts are coming in a vehicle. Still, the turbo laser, the main base hasn't been attacked yet. So I'm gonna pull another armed ITT here. Again, just keep ramping up difficulty. Give them a little bit of a lull right here to say the Imperial forces are regrouping. But for now, I'm gonna just start putting some pretty nasty levels of pressure on them.
Solid copy. On the way.
Yeah, those guys didn't even bother firing. I don't know what was in their visor. Something had to have been in the waist, because they just were not doing anything.
Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we?
Any station on this net, this is high. We estimate you have probably 15 more minutes before those turbo lasers get back on. Get to it. Out. Yeah, so I'm having those guys move up to that position. But you know the Empire at War thing where the AT-ATs can quote-unquote deploy more stormtroopers? That's what I'm going for right here. You're starting to see some people disconnect because from what Pogo said earlier, just they're not communicating properly.
Ready for orders. Move up.
They've been doing the tactic of just throwing themselves against the wall until they overpower it, and now that we know we're later in the operation, I'm, you know, trying to show that that's not going to work when I start utilizing more tactics. So this ITT has a little bit of overwatch on him. Excuse me, elevation would be the better term. It is overwatching their position and shooting at whatever moves. Yeah, I could be really mean and turn that ATST around, but I'm not gonna. But yeah, they're right next to, like, right under the Star Destroyer, so... Allie looks like he gets hit from just the suppression of the doorway. Hardcore being really ballsy right there. And still gets shot dead. Because of that ITT right there. So they blow up the ATST. I would have prioritized that ITT instead. I'm gonna give these guys a search command. They flank around and drop Cane of Canes. I have that ITT suppress in there. Here comes these guys breaching and clearing.
3, taking command.
I mean, they are at the last location. For the amount of damage they've done, they've blown everything up instead of that position. It's just, these guys, again, getting in the mindset of stay and fight, rather than what they could do is have one of their guys run back, pop explosives on those tubes, and then run like hell. Literally, a guy could grab this Vic, drive up to these, pop a charge, get in it, and then run like hell. But they're not thinking like rebels, you know? They're thinking like, you know, just go in and kill everything. That's not always gonna work. And now they're pinned down. I don't think anyone with AT's up. Hardcore is. But they need to now pop smoke in front of this building and try to displace. They could shoot out the windows and climb through them in the back, because they need to reposition. And even the ITT's driving off. It looks like it's... I'm not sure if it's trying to grab a new position or pull back. That is purely the AI. But yeah, I only have a few stormtroopers themselves around here. Now you're going to start seeing the KIAs mount. Because I think only 3 of them are up. No one's checking their 6 either. Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it. Syndicates. I hope I pronounced that right. They're acting as an occupying force rather than a fast attack force. Yeah, instead of guerrillas that are doing hit and run. And that is definitely the mistake. So that turret got made. It gets shot up. I think they were trying to set it up in the building. And you're just seeing more KIAs getting mounted. Any station on this net, this is high. 10 minutes before those turrets come back online.
Thanks for the time, and Big Daddy.
Yeah, so some of the blasters, they can penetrate some of the walls. That has also been a known issue. So you just have to stay low, pop smoke. Then again, we're looking right here, and this blaster is... I mean, it's only going through where the window is. So they might have just been getting flanked right there. Amazing. So that's to fix that. Let's see. Team...
Standing by. Roger. On the way.
And I'm going to try to rush those guys up to that fortified position.
Understood.
And then these guys get up to here.
Welcome. Copy that.
Because this is the important thing. But what they need to start considering is, you know, this is the last position where these drums are. They have to have PID'd on the map by now that these shaped objects are the drums themselves. So if I were in their shoes right now, I would just rush a guy with demo to blow up these sections and then immediately bugger off. Because they'd still have to look for those turbo laser controls. So it's not worth going into here and, you know, trying to splice them. So I think that's exactly what this team's going to do, but we can only hope. So one of them's firing back here. I think he's firing at this dead body, not realizing that he is KIA. And I think we're still hearing shots from this armed ITT. Yeah, she pulled back to grab some distance. And again, I don't think lasers are penetrating the walls. It's just, it might be just concussion effects through the walls. Might be the door, too. I know lasers can go through doors. So Dreki pulling in. And there goes the wave of reinserts. Yeah, hit and run is very hard to organize, I agree. And like what we already said with Pogo, communication is has been a very big issue in this op. For whatever reason. Angel just ran in with his Vic. And he's getting shot at now. I'd proton mortar them, but they're too close to some of these. So I think Dreki, he's doing the right thing here. I think he's planning charges on these. Let's see what he puts down. Yeah, he is putting down demo, trying to get as much as he can. He doesn't have a clacker, though. I told him they will have to use timers. There are throwable C charges in these crates, too. So right now, when they have this lull, they should be popping smoke, grabbing those C charges, and start going crazy on these drums, because they only have 7 minutes. And that smoke is to basically, you know, stop that thing from seeing them. So I think right now this thing is drawn aggro on the ICT right here. That ICT has actually taken a significant amount of damage. The lasers firing from that are really effective. And there goes one set. Dreki planning that next set of explosives here. Doing a really good job. But he's going to run in that crossfire of that ITT. The issue is, if Angel Dust is too close with that ITT to that building, he will cause it to go catastrophic. And now ITT is firing at the building, trying to get a shot off of Angel Dust's Vic. That's scary.
Alpha Bravo is going to blitz the airfield, try to take those fucking big guns to our control and use them to hit the tanks, because this is a mission already.
Okay, go ahead.
What the hell are they charging into there for? What on earth? There it goes. Yep. I was waiting for that. All forces on this net. 5 minutes. I say again, you got 5 minutes before those turbo lasers turn on again. So this guy is going to rush back here. I don't know what these guys charged the airfield for. There's literally nothing here. Go ahead and garrison these guys, but that's gonna basically cut off my ability to spawn in reinforcements for now. Stewie ran out of ammo! Oh, that was poorly timed, Stewie. He was the medic, too. But at 159, I will be turning those turbo laser towers to attack, and they do target infantry.
We're getting the last tanks, and then we're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they're talking about the last tanks. Again, they could grab the sea charges in here. I'd love to see some sea charge use. They act a lot like, exactly like explosive bag, just have a slightly bigger explosive effect. Righto, Prince, thanks for dropping by. Yeah, I got this ITT Vic pulling out. These guys are gonna pretty much get boned. So at 57, I'm going to give them a 2-minute warning and tell them they need to be leaving. But let me see. I'm not sure if they planted any more here. They blew up the building with the sea charges in. Okay, interesting choice. I guess, yeah, to deny enemy assets, it makes sense, but it's very risky. Alright, I'm going to be really mean with this real quick. I've got 60 seconds, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 4, 3. This thing fires every second, so it's also a really good thing to keep pace.
Bros, Alpha, we are exfilling it.
Hover tank. Correct answer is 42. Yeah, right. There goes Angel. Vic pulled in right here. Any station on this net, this is high. Be advised, 2 minutes before those turbo laser towers come back online. If you are not leaving the AO, you should now, because otherwise you might get caught inside and still within their blast radius. Over.
Bravo, you heard it. We're near there.
Bravo. Alpha, be advised, Bravo is currently mass CAD over at the, we're basically surrounded. We've got 2 guys down, medics up, and I'm up, and that's it.
It was your call to move there.
I gotta ask why they moved there, because that was...
They tried a Hail Mary, it wasn't successful, and just, that's the thing of it.
Do-do-do-do-do.
You will be remembered.
Yeah, so I got 2 different levels of blaster cannon here.
So we decided to just try and take out the fucking turrets.
Okay, let's doing his best, misses that shot though. Alright, let's go ahead. If they're not dead, they are now.
Well, no one fucking said anything, so I was just like with
Pogo, did you walk in front of a moving
the
vehicle?
giant question mark at the airfield.
There was nobody in it, it just kept moving.
I was in it.
We got fucking nuked.
I mean, as far as testing goes, that went pretty well.
Yeah, for a test, guys, so what I'm going to do is after I index the server, we're going to do our debrief in the mission, so let me just move all the stuff that causes audio. Overall, anything that you have in terms of, you know, equipment concerns, blah, blah, blah. I know medical was a bit tough. I did say in the beginning, you know, just grab more from the other Vics, but I guess that wasn't heard or understood. So, yeah.
The 500s are basically putting blood back into people requires the 1000s, and 500s just take too long because
okay, well,
it takes the same amount of time to transfuse 1000 as it does a 250.
All right. Well, I've been told by others to add those in, so I'm just trying to cater to everyone. So, like I said, there was.
Great if you're just a little bit away from being able on the pack threshold, but other than that, the thousands are really needed to get people up from.
Okay.
Lost a large amount.
All right.
Could you have it where medics carry 1,000 and people carry 500, so like medics can just use those little ones?
Yep. I'm writing that one down. That one sounds fair. Yep. Just if you need more supplies, you can grab it from the other Vex. But
there's plenty of bandages and morphine and epi. It's just the blood was just.
All right.
Yeah, we were empty.
So, overall, in terms of the actual op itself, I think the main issue was you guys acted more as an occupier force rather than a rebel hit-and-run force. There were quite a few firefights where, especially in the second half when it got harder, because, the longer you are there, the more people are going to come out of that Star Destroyer and stuff. You guys just kind of sat and hold, and it got to the point where I started testing the proton mortars out, and I dropped one far off, no one reacted, dropped another one slowly. I had like 6 of them down every like 15 seconds, and no one reacted till they were literally like right on top of you, and I think I killed like 6 of you with them. So you guys, you gotta run when IDF's coming. I try to make it obvious, but if you're gonna ignore it, it's going to kill you.
No one communicated that we were getting IDF creeping in until it was literally happening.
Yeah. I heard from some people that were respawning that communication was definitely the biggest issue tonight. Pogo, if you want to elaborate on that, you're the one that wanted to do this in server so you could show stuff on map. So go ahead.
So,
Pogo's a tier 4.
From the non-communication, there was no real plan. And what plan there was sucked. The objective was to destroy the silos, not to take territory or clear out the Imperials. It was to take the silo. It was to blow up the silos. The secondary objective was to get the uplink to the turbo lasers. So primary objective takes precedent over everything else. If you can get the secondary, fair enough. But the primary one has to be done first. What you should have done was move in to only positions that had silos. Blow up the silos, fucking leave, and then go to the next position. And so on and so forth. If you have time, then go to the secondary objective, which I don't know where it is, but my common sense tells me it's in the military base.
Yeah, it was in the military base.
Which is surrounded by turbo lasers.
By the turbo lasers.
You're not going to win the firefights all the time. Especially in Star Wars, when you're playing as the Rebels. That is an Imperial-class Star Destroyer. There are 5,000 Stormtroopers on it. I know that's a lore point, but there's literally a ship, an armed ship right there. It is going to send help. We're lucky Liru didn't send fucking TIE fighters at us.
Can I add something on top of what you said?
Yep.
When he says leave, it doesn't mean just leave the objective and push to the next one. It means pull all the way out, break contact outside, like all the way out east, and then punch back in on a new angle. Don't just start going from one objective to the other. Dump those oil barrels.
So something like this would have been good. So coming up.
Your mic cut out, Pogo.
I can't draw.
Yeah, basically only the purple boxes for the little tanks.
That would have been smart.
Tanks, it looked like everything else was
demo the
unnecessary.
Tanks, pull back out, shift to a different angle through Death Away, punch in, kill the tanks, pull back out, rinse and repeat.
Should just focus on purple boxes, yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm drawing something on map that would have been a little bit better of a plan.
Use different colors so we can.
This is how we learn, So I like it.
Well, the first one is just going to be black. I'm not redrawing it. I'll draw it in yellow. But yellow won't work.
Use do green or something.
Yeah, use green or red.
Right. So go in here, blow, and exfil back through that blue line. Circle around, hit these tanks, and then Do that. Again,
Quick question.
blow them tanks.
Liru.
Yep.
Was there a percentage of tanks that we needed to det?
It was just as many as you could. I mean, you almost got all of them. So, like I said, this is just a test mission. It doesn't really have any precedent over things. It's just, you know, an objective to give you guys. Because another thing, like in the 3 weeks that, you know, I'll be testing this, doing ops with and blah, blah, before I release it to the other mission devs is, you know, there is a very different way you do Imperial stuff compared to Rebel stuff, compared to Droid stuff, compared to Clone Wars stuff. You know, it's all different mindsets. So Rebels, you know, you're a limited number. You have to focus on fast attacks. Guerrilla, essentially. Imperials, you can just literally stomp over everything.
Kick on everything.
Yeah, because you have, you know, the numbers, you have the weaponry, you have the technology. And in the past, I've done both. And, you know, now we're just kind of gradually getting you guys back into that mindset, because this is also stuff that can help you out in all the other ops we do in TSB. Yep, so that's specifically why I picked this one as the first test, because I wanted to see where you guys were at.
We probably could have ignored 3 and 4 due to the, you know, like you said, as many as we could, going with Pogo's doctrine of the hit and run. That way we wouldn't.
Yep. I mean, you could have run up to the perimeter wall and just thrown the charge over, and then got back in your Vic and drove off. There was a lot of ways you could have done this super speedy.
True, it was close.
So here we go. So basically, you go in. There's no tanks in the first compound that we were into. We could have just ignored it completely. There's nothing there, absolutely nothing. And there was people there who were dicking around trying to find the splicing, whatever, the slicing the console or whatever. It's not going to be in the first compound we come to.
Yep.
That is a given. Like,
it's never that easy.
It is most definitely going to be in the middle with the most fortifications.
So they're going to be in
because
the military
it's their main ground defenses. So, just ignore the first compound. Come in, blow the tanks. Where we're there, you don't have to wait to blow the tanks. Just blow them up. Make sure everyone is away and blow them up. Cover, and just toss the fucking thing over the wall. You could have just tossed it over the wall from where I saw. You don't have to blow them up. Just blow up as many as you can. Then we would just leave, and then we would circle around do the Shapur de Lcpl Liru, whatever you call it. Don't even stop here. Just have a dude get out and toss it over the fucking wall again, and then move directly to the next one. Here, we did kind of the right thing, where we had fire up, because there's a lot of tanks here, so it's going to take a while, where we were firing to the west and southwest. Yeah, just keep shooting. Fire superiority is how you win. It's how you keep their heads down and stop them from shooting back. So, yeah. Once you've deaded them, leave and do the final position. Blow them out, and then from there, just everyone mount back up, and then breach into the main compound where the slight splicing is. Just breach through the wall. That's all. The ITT can take it. You can get through the wall, dismount, clear it out, and then find the slicing. Find the slicing thing. As soon as you find it, just get it and then leave. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, I think with that, yeah, like you say, of course, obviously poor planning initially, but I think what was mentioned too with the lack of aggression, lack of advancement, it was a lot of people going down, and a lot of people, you know, need to be worked on, and of course the, you know, now the lack of speed in terms of that process, you know, it's more serious. You want to, you know, play more tactically, not take hits so much, thinking you can just jump back up in 10 seconds. It definitely staggered us a multitude of times, especially in Objective 2. That was, what was that, like 30 minutes or something?
Yeah, you spent a lot of time in that one.
And then secondary was when we pushed into 8. Red Alpha pushed into 8, and we were clearing up to the barracks. And there was, I mean, no one else for a long while. And, you know, I was able to clear the barracks after Pogo unfortunately went down taking too much fire, so we could get him inside and work on him. But even after I had cleared it, it still took forever for everyone to get over here and then into the barracks. Even though I mentioned it several times, so that they could be safe. So it's just, I think, communication issue too, or people not hearing or listening, chaos, stuff like that.
Another thing to remember with this, it's the future. You're using future guns. There's no real thing such as cover in this. You just get low that something big doesn't shoot through the wall. Because the guns that we have can shoot through walls. Like these 280s shoot through walls. They can absolutely do that. The stormtroopers can also do that. So you gotta, you just, yeah, you know, it's not a bullet, it's a plasma ball.
Speed is your friend then, in that sense. Definitely
Yes.
speed.
How'd you guys like stamina, by the way?
It's okay.
Great.
Stamina was good.
So is the damage. Damage is fine.
Okay.
I found my gun swaying a lot sometimes. I'm not sure if that was just...
Yeah, the only way I'm going to be able to fix that is to add a no weapon sway, because for whatever reason, the coefficient to adjust swaying doesn't seem to do anything.
It wouldn't help.
Yeah.
Anyway, these guns are not accurate. Just put it on full auto and fucking shoot. That is all you do. That is all I ever did. That I killed.
No, but I mean,
still
like, there were
suppressing.
times where I had, like, just packed, and then my gun would literally just sway off in
Yeah.
that direction because reasons.
Like I said, the only way I'm going to be able to fix that is if I add like a ace compatible no weapon sway mod. So we'll put that to a vote later in testing in 2 weeks. But yeah, so for now, guys, I'm going to index the server because the next mission's in 20 minutes. I'm about to put a paint up in the Discord for op feedback, so you can give what you need in there. But thanks for playing. Hope you had fun. And if you're coming 20, I'll see you in 20 for that armor op.
Is it Liru from the main?
Yes. All right, booby. What I do to stamina, it was mainly recovery was set to...